Good God, am I scared to make this video. Everyone has their own opinion on who they think the best Big Brother players are. Heck, I even made a top 15 player ranking last year. But one thing that I noticed on that video is that there were a lot of people commenting about players I left off the list. Where's Ian? No Boogie? How can I respect a list that doesn't have Janelle on it? Well, I guess it's time I finally address things. There are quite a few players that have a lot of gameplay hype behind them, but I find them to be pretty overrated. That's natural though. There are always going to be players that come across as top tier until you dig a little bit deeper and look at the smaller intricacies. For the most part though, these players are not bad players. Typically, being overrated means that you actually have accomplished something great in Big Brother, whether it be winning a season or being a stellar comp beast, but your overall ability has been exaggerated to a nearly incomprehensible degree. So today, I'm surely gonna make some of you mad. These are the 5 most overrated players in Big Brother history.
Mike is an idiot. Dude, what's wrong with you? He was safe. That was the stupidest move. You beat Marcellus, dude.
This first player that we're going to talk about is one that many people, including myself at one point, considered to be one of the greatest Big Brother players of all time, and that's Ian Terry. Now, there's a reason that Ian is held in such high regard. Not only is he a winner, but he also beat the best player in all of Big Brother at the final 2 in dominant fashion. He proved to be a competitive beast on Big Brother 14, and he's one of the most rootable and likable figures in all of Big Brother. So, Ian has a pretty beefy resume to be considered one of the greats. However, his game ability has been vastly overrated. Ian was unknowingly in massive danger on many occasions throughout Big Brother 14 and was only kept safe through comp wins or non-traditional circumstances. He likely leaves week 1 without Boogie's coach comp win. He leaves at the final 8 without winning the Pandora's box veto. He leaves at the final 6 double eviction without winning the veto. He leaves at the final 5 without winning the HOH. And he leaves at the final 4 had Dan not completely misted Danielle into accidentally blindsiding Shane. Now, I do think that Ian has a lot of good qualities suited for the Big Brother game. He did have a plan that he followed almost to a T going into the house, and he definitely is one of the most clutch competitors that Big Brother has ever seen, but overall, I think the general love that everyone has for Ian, combined with his flashy comp wins and dominant victory over Dan in the end, has boosted the general consensus on Ian, so much to the point where he has become overrated as a player. I just ran a fan-voted winners tournament where my viewers voted for who they thought the best winner was, and Ian tied for 3rd on that list. For comparison, I have Ian ranked 19th on my winner list. I'd like to reiterate once again that this is strictly factoring in game ability only, not how much I like them. If it were a likability list, Ian would definitely be at the top, but I don't find Ian's game ability to necessarily be elite, so for that, he lands on this list.
I'm gonna invite down Ian.
Ian has been making people a little nervous, he's been real jittery, and I felt like he had a very good chance to be nominated.
100% safety. Huge.
Hey kids!
What?
Rap City, baby!
He got it.
Ian, you voted Mike out last week, and then you put me and my other closest ally up on the block. You won the veto, so I can't put you up. I gotta do the next best thing and put your closest ally up on the block. Brittany, pop a squat.
I just won HOH. Frank is out the door, so why not send another big threat out the door behind him? Ian's very dangerous in this game. He's so smart and he's a great mental competitor, and I'm not sure I have the smarts to beat him.
And it looks like Ian is seconds away.
Are you kidding me? Ian just won the veto. I wanted him out. Now I can't get him out. Ian, congratulations. You're the new HOH, buddy.
This is my face to Ian winning.
The next player that is on this list is one of the faces of the show, and although it hurts me a little bit to say it, that player is Reilly. Similar to Ian, Rachel does admittedly have a pretty killer Big Brother resume. She's probably the 2nd best female competitor of all time, she is an explosive winner, and on top of all of that, she's one of the most popular players to ever play the game. However, many of the things that make Rachel so iconic are unfortunately the things that diminish her ability as a game player. Rachel got into many fights throughout her stay in the Big Brother house, and although not backing down from an argument can be an admirable trait, it's also something that put a massive target on her back. While being a competitive beast is one of Rachel's greatest strengths, she was put in a position where she and Brendon needed to win comps week after week after week in order to just survive into the jury phase of Big Brother 12. herself. Then, in Big Brother 13, Rachel had Brendon there to take not just 1, but 2 bullets for her so she could progress further into the game. There also is, of course, the Pandora's box situation at the final 6, which saved Jordan from being evicted that week, which ended up being crucial towards Rachel's path to the end, as it allowed Jordan to be evicted over Rachel at the final 4. Ultimately, I do think that Rachel is a capable player, and her competitive prowess is something that is going to help her survive on any given season of Big Brother. However, I do believe that her popularity, mixed with her being a part of some of Big Brother's most memorable fights, has contributed to the misconception of Rachel being a top 10 player, which I personally don't believe to be true. But she's still great, and I'd love to see her play again.
I am so excited. Are you kidding me? Me and Brendon get to stay together for a whole week and we're safe.
So pissed right now. We were so freaking close and we let some idiot who wasn't even smart enough to put on pants before the competition win.
Congratulations, Brendon. You have earned the point and the power of veto.
Do you know what this means, America? I'm not going anywhere. Rachel's not going anywhere. The people that are trying to get us out of this house are not winning. We are.
Brendon or Rachel could have been going home this week. Instead, they're both safe, sweet, and sound. This is a nightmare, dude. We're screwed.
Congratulations. For the second time this season, you are the new head of household.
I won! I cannot believe I just won another HOH. If I didn't pull this off, Brendon and I would have gone home.
Are you kidding me? We cannot get these people out of the house. They're ridiculous.
Flurries, you better grab a life vest. Kristen. Why? Because you're so smart, Kristen. Yeah, because you have a fashion degree. Yeah.
And you are because you have a chemistry degree? String a sentence together without using the word like, will you?
2 HOHs, Kristen. You had just as much of a chance to win as I did, didn't you? Yeah, I did. And you lost them both. Oh my God, that means all we have to do is one of us wins the veto and we're off the block, both of us, Jordan. Pandora's box and this duo twist is giving Jordan and I a new lease on life.
You can win this, Rachel. Yes, you can. You got me, Jeff, and Brendon's vote. If you get to the final 2, you will win. You will win.
The next player on this list is yet another 2-time player and 1-time winner, and that's Evel Dick Donato. Dick is probably the show's most infamous villain, as he proved by tormenting each and every house guest on his way to winning $500,000 on Big Brother 8. He's one of the most determined competitors, as he showed through winning a handful of competitions, as well as lasting for 8 hours in the most brutal endurance comp of all time, and he thinks outside of the box to get any advantage in the game that he can get. But Dick is also by far one of the luckiest winners in the show's history, and I cannot envision any scenario that Dick wins a season of Big Brother outside of the scenario that played out in Big Brother 8. Dick's storyline on the episodes that focused on him trying to rebuild his relationship with his daughter Danielle won over the hearts of the viewers, which 9 times out of 10 wouldn't actually mean anything for the game, but this season just so happened to be the season where audience input actually mattered tremendously. The viewers got to play a role in the season by controlling Eric's decisions through the America's Player twist, and since the majority of the audience was rooting for Dick, it basically meant that Eric, who just so happened to be the best player in the house, was forced to try and help Dick win the game. Without the America's Player twist, Dick assuredly loses the game. He would have been evicted at the final 9 next to Dustin. He or Danielle would have been sent home at the final 7 because a backdoor now would have been possible. And oh yeah, I didn't mention it yet, but because Dick tormented and was just a jerk to all of the other house guests, his only chance of winning in the final 2 was if he was against Danielle. So if at any point Danielle was evicted, then Dick would have no shot at winning the game either. So, although I do think that Dick has an okay strategic mind, and I do believe that he has a better understanding of the game than some of the other players he played with, he needed to have America on his side in order to win the game, and even with having Eric practically playing for him, he still had to rely on a combined 11 competition wins from both himself and Danielle to land them both in the final 2, which was the only way he was ever going to win the game. So, although he is one of the most infamous players in all of Big Brother history, I think his game ability is vastly overestimated. He's literally the lowest ranked winner in my opinion, and he easily makes this list.
Jen is an idiot. It's a personal thing with me. We didn't like each other from the get-go. So it wasn't a shock. There was no tears.
Congratulations, Danielle. You are the winner of the power of veto.
One of us had to win it. She won it.
Congratulations, Dick. You are the new head of household.
This is extremely important to me that Danielle stay. what I have to do is to not only get the 5 to hate me, I have to get them to despise me.
Eric, how about you, my friend? You're the biggest liar, manipulator.
I'm gonna rattle people from now until the end. Getting in their heads is all part of the game. It's part of any game.
Over, bitch, done. Yes, princess, are you happy?
Dick, you have won the power of veto.
I'm right.
What I have decided to do is not to use the veto on myself, but use it on my daughter, Danielle. If she likes it or not, she's coming off the block today.
Dustin, I nominate you.
Well, it's a big one. Gonna find out who we are targeting for eviction this week. I'm hoping to be targeting Dick for eviction this week. Surprise, surprise, Dustin.
By a vote of 4-2, Dustin, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
They say to expect the unexpected. And that is why I am choosing to not use the power of veto this week.
I'm completely dumbfounded that he did not use the power of veto.
Who should Eric campaign and vote for to win Big Brother 8? Dick. Dick, you have personally slandered every member of this jury at one time or another. Please tell me the reason that each jury member would deserve to be in the final 2.
Let's start with Dustin. I don't believe he does. Jen absolutely does not deserve to be in the final 2. Why would Amber deserve to be in the final 2? I don't know. There was no real strategic or huge moves in the game made by Amber.
Honestly, I would prefer to vote for anyone besides either of you in the house, but I have no choice, so I will have to vote for one of you.
So, have you noticed a pattern yet? All 3 players that we have talked about are iconic and, in some cases, beloved winners from the middle ages of the show. When you think of Big Brother winners, you probably would think of players like Ian, Rachel, and Evil Dick before thinking of somebody like Steve, because those winners are remembered as irreplaceable Big Brother characters. I distinctly remember being drawn to these winners when I first got into the show due to their flashiness and popularity, and at the time, I equated that to mean that they were also exceptional players, and I think that's a very common pipeline of thinking for both new and existing fans of the show. However, take everything I just said and throw it out, because none of that can be applied to Jackson Michie, who is the next player I have on my list. Unlike the players I just talked about, Jackson is not a very beloved Big Brother player, but a lot of people, including myself, at least had a level of respect for his game ability and classified him as a dominant winner. He was exceptional in competitions, he played out in front for practically the entire game, and he pulled off some crazy moves like how he saved Holly at the final 5. However, after looking at his game from a new perspective, I've realized that his game was a lot shakier than I remembered. He was in the initial majority alliance, yes, but a lot of his allies didn't really like him, and he was eventually outcast from his alliance because they didn't trust him. Nick has gone on record saying that if it wasn't for Camp Comeback, he would have most likely nominated Jack and Jackson in week 3, where Jackson likely would have gone home. Then, at the final 10, the entire house came together with the goal being to take out the duo of Jackson and Holly, and it's likely that Jackson would have been taken out had it not been for him and Holly winning HOH back to back from that point forward. To build off of this, I did not realize just how many times Jackson needed to win a comp in order to survive a given week. He likely goes home in week 4 at 13th place had he not won the veto. Then he likely gets targeted and evicted at the final 10 had he not won the field trip comp, and even in the end game, had he not won the final 4 veto, there is a very good chance that Jackson gets evicted there. At the end of the day, Jackson was never particularly liked by his fellow house guests. He was targeted at pretty much every stage of the game, and he only survived through the middle stages due to him and Holly holding HOH for practically a month straight. So, although there are dominant aspects to Jackson's game, I think I gave him a bit more credit than he may have deserved, so for me, I'm gonna deem him as an overrated player.
But am I myself?
You're not the one putting Belle up. I am, and I will do it. I will make it known. I don't care. I want her gone. Once you give it to me, Your job is done.
Mickey's really making my blood boil and getting under my skin in a way that I can't express. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a pretty strong woman and I don't need a man telling me what to do. He is selfish and he is trying to dictate every move in our alliance, and he needs to watch his step.
And now that the Six imploded, I'm gonna use this time to build a new group to take out Mickey and Holly.
So Kat's gone, and essentially it's 2 versus 7. Me and Holly versus the world, pretty much. If we don't win, we will see the block, and more than likely, I will go home.
Our new HOH, Mickey!
Needed to come through, and I did it. I got the key, I got safety.
Congratulations, Holly. You are the new head of household.
Jackson, Mickey, you are the new head of household.
This is my 5th competition that I've won in a row, and is back to back to back for me and Holly, but I could not risk Tommy winning HOH. Damn it.
He really was a Jekyll and Hyde at times. I saw a guy who could be very friendly, but at other times could be condescending.
I have heard him speak aggressively and inappropriately to Christy and Kat.
Mickey, this is Mickey's world. We are all just his peasants living in it.
I told him I don't want him to win this money.
Mickey, after receiving a very critical goodbye message from you, along with animosity towards you from other jurors, I question the effectiveness of your jury management.
And now, for the last player on my list, and the person I believe to be the most overrated player in Big Brother history, I have Janelle Pierzina. Janelle is the only non-winner I have on my list, but she sure did come close to winning on 2 separate occasions, as she came in 3rd place on back-to-back seasons. Janelle is also the OG comp beast, setting record after record on her way to a total of 6 HOHs and 7 POVs across her first 2 seasons. And on top of all of that, she was America's sweetheart. Janelle is the face of Big Brother, a comp queen, a fan favorite, and ridiculously overrated as a game player. So much so that even her fellow house guests have targeted her practically instantly on her last 2 appearances. Everything I said before about Rachel applies to Janelle as well, but like 3 times as much. The things that make Janelle so iconic are her comp wins, her explosive fights, and her Ice Queen persona, but it's those exact things that hurt her as a Big Brother player. Janelle was constantly a target throughout both Big Brother 6 and Big Brother 7, and although her fights and arguments were wildly entertaining, they definitely bolstered the already large bullseye she had on her back. There are countless examples of times that Janelle would have been evicted had she not won an HOH or a veto. Even just in All-Stars, had she not won a comp in weeks 4 through 9, she easily could have and would have been evicted. On one hand, it's great that she is such a clutch competitor, but on the other hand, it's not great that she was in a position where she needed to win so often, and a large reason why she was even in those positions was because her social game was a bit lacking. If you were aligned with Janelle, she was fantastic and loyal through and through, but if you weren't aligned with Janelle, she made it known and wasn't gonna hold anything back. Was it amazing to watch? Absolutely, but at the same time, it really isn't good gameplay. At the end of the day, it certainly was impressive that Janelle was able to make it to the final 3 in back-to-back seasons. However, competitions and, quite frankly, luck were 2 huge factors that played into Janelle making it so far. I really do think that the reason Janelle is so overrated is just due to the fact that it's impossible to not inherently think she must have been a great player when you look at the stats. She has all the comp wins, all the iconic moments, 2 top 3 finishes, and she was the most popular player during Big Brother's most popular era. She is undoubtedly an all-time Big Brother personality and an all-time Big Brother competitor, but I just don't see her as an all-time top-tier player, which is why she lands on this list.
It's getting extremely personal in the Big Brother house.
Rachel, you're so beautiful.
Thanks, Janie. So are you.
Maggie, you're such a bitch.
I love Janie's tactics. She's really annoyed these people.
You're drunk.
I am not.
Please, you can't even look straight.
You gold-digging bitch.
You're what? Yeah. You're
Fire the hell, bitch!
It's so easy to screw with Bo because he's such a little bitch.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna vote to evict Janelle because she doesn't even deserve to be here, period.
She does not deserve to be here.
No.
We're gonna fall apart because of some dumb bitch.
Janelle, congratulations. For the first time, you are the head of household. Janelle, who is your first nominee?
Jennifer.
Who is your second nominee?
Maggie.
Yes!
Bye-bye, bitches. Oh my gosh, I'm completely floored that I was nominated today.
You guys,
we're gonna
this is like 5th or 6th time up on the block. I told you guys we need to get rid of that bitch alone. The minute
I'm gonna miss Howie so much. And it's just really sad to me that I'm the last one left in my alliance and I have it's 3 against 1 basically.
Congratulations, Janelle, with 7 points. You are the new head of household.
Janelle knows she's wanted, and the only way for her to stay in this game is to win the competition. And I mean, she deserves it. She won it. She won it fair and square.
And the veto winner is Janelle! Danielle was gunning for me to get out of this house, and I think that her worst nightmare just happened. Oops, too bad, so sad. I'm gonna be here another week.
Congratulations, Janelle. You're the new head of household.
I won HOH again. I bet that a lot of people are bitching right now and they're really upset with me and they don't want me to be here, but I'm here to crush dreams.
Like this was the time to get her out, and now we can't.
Janelle wins everything in this house, and I don't hate her. I'm tired of winning so many competitions.
When I was nominated, I was just more annoyed. I feel like they're definitely targeting me, not Chicken George, and they want me out of the house. 1 minute! This is my 4th veto that I've won, and I needed to win the power of veto, otherwise I was probably gonna be sent out the door on Thursday.
I wonder who won the head of household. Janelle!
I absolutely cannot believe that I'm here in the Final 4. I didn't really think I would make it this far again because really the odds were against me.
And there we go. Before we end, I need to make something clear. It is totally 150% okay for you to have watched this and go, nah, I still think they're great players. This is a completely subjective list. It is how I rate the players compared to how I have seen others rank them. At the end of the day, if you think Ian is a top 5 winner, or if you think Janelle is the greatest player of all time, that's great. More power to you. In no way do you have to agree with my opinion, and along those same lines, in no way do you need to feel bad if I said your favorite player is overrated. None of this actually matters. I'm just another Big Brother fan sharing my thoughts with other fans. And hopefully we can at the very least enjoy the discussion of it all.
I think it was a great choice. I was hesitant at first, but I decided to embrace it 100%, and looks like we turned this house upside down.
Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I of course need to give that extra special shout out to all of my YouTube members and patrons who, if anything, are all completely underrated. And as always, here's a clip for you on your way out.
I evicted you once, and you came back. I swear to God, if you come back again, I might have to evict myself.
I wish you were staying in this game by yourself. No offense to your fiance. I'll look after Rachel for you as much as I could stand her.
Brendon, I first want to say I love you, obviously. I found my inner strength, and I'm gonna kick butt and take names. And don't hate, because I'm gonna make it farther than you did last season.
What's your response to that?
She better.
Congratulations, Rachel.